really stressed. Please don't trouble me. This is so stressful. How frequently have you used this word, this statement? If not you, how frequently have you at least heard the statement? It's pretty common these days, right? When someone says, "यार बहुत stress हो रहा है, this thing is a lot of stressful." We use it very casually. But what do we do actually for managing it? We do nothing. Or at the most, we'll try to deal with that situation for the time being. Some or the other quick fixes we'll try. Well, today I, Dr. Tarunzada, is going to share with you 5 shocking facts why you will think of resolving your stress right away. It's very important. Yes, but well, if you don't know me, here I am. I'm Dr. Tarunzada, a lucky daughter of doctors, a wife of a supportive husband, a mother of a 7-year-old son, a medical college teacher and a consulting physician for more than a decade, and now turned stress resilience coach just for mothers to help them move from frustration to freedom so that they can break the generation traumas and live a happy, healthy, successful and a stress-resilient life only if they understand what are the 5 shocking reasons why they need to manage their stress right now. And they should think of resolving it, not just managing. Well, are you aware what are the areas in which stress affects us? When you feel stressed, like suppose if you have been a kid, when you feel stressed, what do you feel the most? Writing paper can be quite stressful. You feel stress in your body. Or concentrating on something also is getting affected, right? So you feel it in your mind. That's it. You know of these 2 things as of now, right? Well, for sure, stress does affect our mind. It affects our mind in a bigger way to the extent that it affects our cognition, it affects our concentration, our thinking ability, our creative skills, and not just that, it makes us feel very vulnerable to things happening around. Vulnerable, matlab, it makes us pretty anxious. Matlab, we are on the edge of anything. If something happens, we just feel, oh my god, abhi ye bhi gaya. I mean, this is also putting me down. We are just, our antennas are wired, making us pretty anxious, making us feel pretty guilty, and making us actually lose our focus in the present work at that time in our hand. It will also amount a lot to making us feel that, oh, I couldn't do this thing, and brood over that particular negative thought process again and again, and having an apprehension that possibly there might be a negative outcome of the same also. So like during COVID times, the pandemic that we have recently encountered in the last few years, tell me, wasn't it a stress? How did it affect your mind? Weren't you always thinking, yaar, wahan pe mat jao, usko COVID hai, iske ghar pe mat jao? You were just anticipating in family, what if someone else has COVID? What are you going to do? What about the reserves in the family? What about the food and all? You were thinking about nothing but COVID all the time. And when you were asked about a particular thing, hardly there would be any kind of clarity on the other subject apart from COVID. You had read so well about it. And well, because of this all scenario that is happening around us, and because we are thinking and we are feeling and we are living in that stress, we just end up feeling that possibly the world is against us. Possibly there's something just conspiring against us, and that's the reason why we are always and always stressed. Have you felt that any time before? You are not the only one. I must say that. Because even I have felt that at a point of time when I had been stressed maximum in the lowest phase of my life. Well, not just that, we are quite vulnerable to the intentions and actions, and we misinterpret the intentions and actions of people around us most of the time. Second, stress also affects our body. How does it affect our body? We all know. With stress, what do you do? Right from a kid, when you have been, while going for your exams, what is the first bodily expression of the stress that you have experienced? You experience a lot of palpitations. You experience sleepless nights. Kal exam hai, aaj so nahi sakte hain. You experience a lot of agitation. You have sweating, jittery stomach, trembling of hands before your exams, so on and so forth. So these are some of the tiny expressions of the body. But beyond that, also body will affect at the level of body. Beyond that, it affects to the extent of compromising on your immune system, affecting your major systems like cardiovascular, your neurological, and other systems as well, even your respiratory system, to the extent that it might cause bronchial asthma, your hypertension, some GI disorders, and also it goes ahead to cause cancers in certain patients. Now that's great. I will speak at a later point of time in detail about how cancer and stress is related. But for now, understand one thing, that even stress can lead to illnesses as severe as cancer. Some things which cannot be treated because they're not detected on time. And you at this point of time, when you fall sick because of maybe you end up having headaches and you have hypertension, or you have some stomach problems, or you have bronchial asthma, what is it that you will do? You will go to any physician. The physician will treat you with any medications. That's it. But are you aware that there is some underlying stress that is keeping this particular state of yours always the same? Meaning, थोड़ा कुछ हो गया सर्दी खांसी चालू, थोड़ा कुछ हो गया पेट दर्द चालू, थोड़ा कुछ हो गया सिर दर्द चालू. Has that been a state with you? Observe for yourself if your body has began to speak, and if are you neglecting the same. Third thing, what do you think would be the third thing? I said first it will affect your mind, second it will affect your body. Is that all that you are made up of? Or is that all that you need to live happily around with people? Third, we need people also around us, right? So when we are stressed, it is quite likely that our relationship with people around, especially the loved ones, is likely to get screwed up. You will have messed up relation with your kids, you will have messed up relation with your spouse because of stress, with your close family members and friends, not to forget about your in-laws and your parents also, and your siblings. Stress screws up every relationship. Why? Because we have a different perception altogether of dealing with a particular situation, and the people around will have a different perception altogether. And when there is collision of perception, it's going to be another clash that's going to agitate us, and that's going to lead to another level of stress. So therefore, stress is not at all lighter or a casual thing to be just neglected upon. So when someone is saying stress, you better have that in the back of your mind. Either he's just casually saying, not aware about the intensity of it, or he has begun the messing at the level of his mind, body, or at the relationship. Well, that's not it. At the fourth level, the stress is also going to affect your performance. Your work performance everywhere. Because you will not have clarity of thought. Because you will constantly keep falling ill. Because you will have issues with interpersonal interactions with colleagues, friends, spouses. Don't you think you will be having issues with your work performances? How do you think you will be able to concentrate and do any kind of work? Let it be intellectual work, let it be physical work, or any work. It could be as simple as preparing a dish also, or it could be as simple as doing your daily chores also. Do you think your work performance is not going to get affected? If you are unwell, if you are not in a good mood, if you're constantly irritated, it is going to get affected. Some days you might just end up feeling groggy and no mood to do anything. Someday you might just end up feeling pretty agitated and messed up. Like, kya chal raha hai? Why is all this happening? Leave it all. I'm just quitting and going somewhere else. So these are the kind of things that also come up when we feel overburdened. So when it affects your work performance, what exactly is it doing? This work performance invariably is related with people. You are not the only one who is concerned with it, right? People around will always keep telling you, what is the matter with you? Are you getting lazy? Are you not interested? How can you not do it? Or where is your mind? Where is your concentration? You are mad, you cannot do such a simple thing. And you'll end up listening to all such comments. You will feel people are not able to understand you. But then, invariably, instead of explaining it out to them, or instead of dealing with it, or instead of navigating through it, all that you will end up feeling is worthless. You will just feel, I am a loser, I cannot do anything. Maybe this is not fit for me, maybe nothing is fit for me, maybe I cannot do anything. That's how you will end up feeling when you are stressed. Have you felt that anytime? Anytime? We mothers constantly are at the verge of feeling, I'm not good enough. And which also means that we are stressed, we are not paying attention to it, and we need to be paying attention. Well, that's not it. There's a fifth component also which is getting affected. What could that be? Well, as I said, your mind is getting affected, your body is getting affected, your interpersonal relationship is getting affected, your work performance is getting affected. And then what could be the fifth one? Well, you are stressing, you are getting stressed and you're spilling your stress because your interpersonal interaction with your kid may not be good, because your interpersonal interaction with your husband may not be good. And then what will happen with these two people? Do you think they'll be very happy and gay and take up everything positively, saying that you are stressed, nothing's the matter, everything is good with us, we forgive? Will they say that? No, they will not. Even they will have a changed mood. And then what will happen? They will spill the same on someone else outside. May not be on you, maybe on you, but maybe on someone else. And your kid will spill somewhere else in the ground, or maybe in a school, or maybe in his class. You see how the stress also keeps spilling out? There was a chapter in our English when we were in school. Spread a smile and spread to everyone. Like if I give a smile to someone, maybe it brightens up their day and they end up smiling, and then brightens up days of many months, many people around. Similar is with stress. When I am stressed and if I am spilling the same on my kid may not be in a very good mood or may not express it out to me in front of me, but then he might spill the same with his friends, colleagues, or maybe with the school teacher, or maybe with anyone he comes around with. And then those people will also keep spilling the same thing elsewhere. It doesn't stop there. Not just that. If you still feel that this is not going to happen, hold on. As you grow older and you feel that things are fine, the stress that keeps multiplying and your expressions that keep changing will keep spilling on your husband and on your kids, right? Or if you are a husband, it will keep spilling on your wife as well and on your kids, and maybe even with the in-laws or parents who are around us. And then when it's time for the kids to get married, or if they have got married, you see the same spilling on to the next generation if they have their kids. Because now you are sour, you make your kids sour, they become sour and they pass on the same with their kids. So you see, hurt people will be hurting people, and this hurt people again will continue to hurt people, and that's how you have trauma spilling from one generation to another generation. It's not just trauma, it's a stress which is not resolved. Are you aware about that? Well, I feel we need to resolve it, and it cannot be happening with simple quick fixes. Simple quick fixes meaning you cannot just simply do it by getting out and going on for a simple dinner or any dinner, fancy dinner for that matter. Or it cannot be happening by you going out and dealing with your stress by just going on a shopping spree or watching a movie or taking a day off. It will not happen with that. It will happen only when you are sitting to resolve every component of your life step by step in a systematic manner. It does take time, but it's worth it, because you ultimately have to break the chain somewhere, because you are stressed because someone else has spilled the stress on you also. Be aware about that. And that has happened pretty unknowingly. So if you have to break the chain, if you do not want to pass the same stress to someone else, you have to be very conscious and develop the skills to become resilient. That's the only way out. And the only way in would be to develop yourself and invest in self-development, because that's how you will be able to move out of that stress circle. Do you think it's too much to be done? Or do you think this is valid enough for you to at least keep you thinking, yes, I need to manage my stress now. I need to resolve my stress. Well, if you think so, I'm happy. Because at least you have thought about resolving your stress. So the next step would be take action. If you want me to help you out, if you want to connect with me, click on the Calendly link. or join my Facebook community of mothers, stress resilient community, where I will be able to help you out and help you, like other mothers, to navigate from frustration to freedom. Because I strongly feel that if a mother is much resilient, if a mother is level headed, if a mother is able to navigate through the stressful times comfortably, confidently, she is also able to pass the same on her kids. Her kids learn the same thing. So instead of learning that the world is not a fair place to live in, or the world is full of people who are selfish, they will also begin to live that we can work out if there is faith, and they will take up the pattern in their own hand and fight the world with compassion and kindness, instead of with selfishness and jealousy and feeling that that's not a good world. Do you think that's possible? If it's possible, the change begins with you. Well, I would love to hear your comments below. If you have liked the video, do click on the like button and subscribe. Do share. I would love to connect with you and revert back to your comments. Till then, stay healthy, happy and resilient.